Podcast. My name's Sean, the campus minister here at the University of West Georgia Catholic Center. So today we're going to be talking about something that hits close to home for me, especially my pre-Catholic life, pre-Christian life, and that's video games and gaming and being a Christian and how that kind of plays into your religious life and all these different things. And I know guys don't want to be told anything other than you should be allowed to game. It's good. It's comfortable. It's good for you to have that time to yourself, and there is some truth to that, of course. What I've seen a lot of, and what happened to me, especially early on, um, was it was like taking up all my time, all my thoughts, and instead of like praying, I would be YouTubing best class in Warzone or how to I don't know, certain moves, certain plays that work in Madden, or how to do meta moves in FIFA, all these different things instead of like searching things that would grow my actual spiritual life and help me become a better human. But I don't like it's not a sin to play video games. It's not a sin to you know uh have video games be your hobby, right? So, and you're going to hear varying opinions on this. Some are going to be very condemning. You're going to hear some Catholics, some Christians say, you young people need to stop playing your video games because it's rotting your minds. It's taking you away from God. How dare you do something for yourself? Like you should be only praying and reading the Bible and all this stuff. Well, their intentions are good, but at the end of the day, we need to be able to decompress in some way. And for some guys and women, um, video games is their outlet, right? It's a de-stressor. Now, what I will say, if you find yourself becoming super angry and hateful and you're just cursing up a storm and you're talking and hanging out with people online that speak in a negligent way and they speak in a harmful way that kind of subconsciously affects you and rubs off on you, that's when you get in dangerous territory. The video game community can be quite harsh. Any of you guys that play online know this. You guys play Call of Duty or anything, you get into some lobbies and they're it's pretty bad. It's basically like a Twitter comment section there. They're just cursing up a storm. It's a lot of racism, a lot of hatred. It's pretty rough, and if you don't filter that out, it can become quite damaging to your mindset. And so, first off, you need to make sure you're playing with the right people, and that the communication is one of positivity and understanding. That at the end of the day, you're playing video games. You're not. It doesn't do anything to affect your real world life, right? It's meant to be a de-stressor, and if it's only adding stress to your life and eating away at you when you're trying to sleep, and it's taking away from your sleep or taking away from your family time, uh, that's when it becomes kind of like a red flag where you need to say, "Whoa, let me reevaluate. Maybe take a week off, see where your head's at, and then kind of go back." But just like anything, do it in moderation, right? Like the Catholic Church doesn't condemn alcohol, but it does condemn drunkenness. Drunkenness is a sin, but alcohol is not. So you can drink in moderation, and that's completely fine. You can play video games in moderation, that's completely fine. But if you do it excessively, where it takes away from your relationship with God, that's when it can become an issue. And that's what I kind of realized that was happening with me, not only just with my relationship with God, but first I realized it was taken away from my relationship with my wife and my kids. And I was taking away time from them to play video games, right? Because I thought, I don't know, there's a sense of accomplishment that comes with video games, right? But when that takes away from, your responsibilities and what you truly love and what life is truly about, which is your family and the mutual love you share between them, um, and of course, your relationship with God and the love that relationship is bound upon. Um, that's what you have to focus on first, and video games should be secondary to that, and that should be way down the priority board below family. God first, family, and then your hobbies down maybe below work. And video games can be, of course, a hobby, but it should not consume your time and just be something that you only that like any free time you have, you're dedicating it to video games. That should not be the case. And if it is, you need to maybe reevaluate and see how you can reprioritize and talk with, if you have a spouse or a girlfriend, talk with them and say, how can I be better at spending more time with you, as opposed to spending it all on video games. I know it must be tough to kind of see me only spending my free time playing video games instead of spending time with you. How can I be better? And that's kind of what me and my wife did. And, it has to be a constant, communication. And same thing with God. So with God, so during this time of me transitioning into the Christian faith, I was like, God, what? I really like playing video games. And the biggest thing about me playing video games, I love talking with my friends and growing in fellowship with them. That's the main reason. I don't really like playing video games with no one. I don't like just being by myself playing video games. I like playing with my friends, talking with them, growing in fellowship, hearing how they're doing, hearing how their family's doing. And of course, it's great when you accomplish something together, like you get a win or something. It's really fun. Like I play Apex, play Call of Duty Warzone, play FIFA, Madden, all these different things. It's great when you win, right? It's a good sense of uh, uh, a teamwork leading to a goal. That's always great. But if there's a lot of negativity surrounding that, cursing, hatred, just bashing other people, that's when you should. I mean, if your friends are like that, you should probably not play video games with them at least, and try to find a different video game community team to play with. Um, so yeah, I mean that's really basically it. I'm not really basing this off of much. I've read some articles that were just it was don't type in Catholic Church's views on video games. It's just weird. Like they're promoting Catholic video games, and let's be honest, none of us are gonna be playing Catholic video games. We're gonna be playing video games. We're gonna play video games, right? Like Call of Duty, etc. We're not gonna be playing Catholic trivia. I mean, come on. What are we? 65 years old. I mean, no hate to 65-year-olds. Y'all are awesome. But no young people are going to be doing that. They're going to be playing Call of Duty and all these. Some of these games are pretty violent, but if you detach yourself from that part of it and just kind of look at it as a video game meant to de-stress, then it's okay. And so now, I mean, I'm married. I've worked this job full time. I get my master's degree in theology and catechetics. I have another baby on the way. I got a 2-year-old, a 6-year-old. Like I barely have any time to play video games, but about an hour, maybe every couple nights, I get a chance to play. And the only really reason I get a chance to play is because I put my daughter to sleep, and while the other one's being put to sleep by my wife, I have like a little gap where I can play. And then I spend the rest of the time with my wife, which is a much better use of my time. But anyways, I'm just rambling here. When you guys see Father G's not here, I do know for a fact he does not play video games, so he probably would not be able to add too much on this. He probably would add some some better comments than what I'm saying, but theologically on what the church actually says about this. But I'm just going off experience, off of being young and loving video games. I do love video games. It's just it's kind of pretty low on my priority board at this stage in my life. Maybe when I'm 45 and my reaction time's super slow, I'll be able to play more because the girls will be out of the house. But I'll just wait until then. But hopefully, my relationship with God is the thing that I increase my time spending on developing, and not so much increasing my time playing video games. And hopefully, I continue to develop my relationship with my family and grow in that, and help uh, increase the domestic church and the love that we share for God at our house. And also not condemn video games and condemn everything that looks like fun, because if we do that, people are going to be like, oh, Catholics and Christians, they have all these rules. They're not fun. They don't do anything fun. That's not true. I mean, come on. And I'm coming at this from an objective, unbiased viewpoint. I was pre-Christian, doing all this stuff whenever I wanted, playing video. I played Fortnite. Oh my gosh, like 12 hours a day. I would work as a vet tech, come home, and it was Fortnite till like 5 a.m. with my friends. And it was really fun, but wasn't healthy. So I know what it's like to be in the video games nonstop, that being like the source of my life. And of course, I was single then. And then being Christian and having a family. So I've got two opposite look perspectives from it. And I can tell you, my wife doesn't listen to these. So I'm not trying to, brown nose her or whatever, but spending time with her and my daughters, and spending time with God in prayer in this chapel here at the Catholic Center, like that is a much better use of my time. And let's be honest, I'm much more joyful when I do that, and I'm much more happy. Um, So, but that's all I got for you guys. I don't know if you can take anything from that, but I don't know if you guys are still listening now, but I can just tell you from my experience that's how I have researched the Catholic Church to view video games. It's not a sin. You're good. You can play video games. Now, don't be playing anything like demon related. Like that's obviously use your logic, but just be use it in modest, be modest with it, use it in moderation, and try to direct it towards God. You never know, you can have some really deep conversations with some people online, and you can use it to spread the gospel even. So don't kind of let's don't let the fact that it's video games put out the possibility that you could evangelize through there. But you guys just practice moderation out there and everything. But this is the video game talk. I don't know if we're gonna bring it up any other time, but I just wanted to give a short video on that. So Father G's in Rome, in Italy. So no big deal there. He's just doing important stuff. And I'm here at the Catholic Center, also doing important stuff. Maybe not as important, but he's with all these fancy people doing fancy things, important work. So you know how he is. He's a genius. So he's making moves. But we're here at the Catholic Center on Maple Street. Come by if you want to schedule a tour and come look at the Catholic Center here at the University of West Georgia. Just send me an email at sean.stassi@uwgcatholic.org or call us at 770-741-1425. This is the Wolf Catholic Podcast. If you guys have any other topics you want to talk about, please put it in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for listening. Know that I'm praying for you all. Please pray for me. My wife's almost 31 weeks pregnant, so pray for continued health with that, and pray for my sanity. Thank you all so much, and have a blessed day.